Welcome back. Today I want to talk about learning. And I have always strived to continually learn. Actually, learning, well, it's kind of part of the reason that I started doing these videos in the first place is because I very quickly discovered just how hard it is to find information. And even those that claim to know something aren't always all that willing to share their information, and trying to get together with them and spend time with them. And it's been difficult. And that's one of the reasons that I started doing these videos years ago. But I've never stopped learning or trying to. But it's becoming more and more difficult as I gain more knowledge. It's hard to find sources that actually can give me information I don't already know. But just recently, I was at a lecture just a couple days ago where a lady from another country who has a doctorate in animal behavior, reproductive science, and she's got a bunch of degrees, and she's closely affiliated with a couple of different universities and vet colleges and that sort of thing. And she gave a lecture on animal behavior, horses in particular. And they were based on studies that they'd done on a group of semi-feral horses that they had at one particular university. And, well, I was prepared to pay for it. I don't think I don't expect knowledge to be free. As it turned out, when I got there, admission was free. Not only that, but they even supplied a snack and beverages. So if you ever get the opportunity to participate in such an event, do so. Absolutely. Even if you got to pay a little bit, it's worth it if you can get some knowledge out of it. And I'm sure that there was a lot of people there that did benefit from it. It was good information. There was lots of information. Very little that I didn't already know. I did pick up a couple little things, but like I said, most of it was just, it was still good to hear, though, because it reaffirmed things that I already believed, that information that I'd gotten from other sources that was basically confirmed. And I think this lady was fairly credible because of the fact that she actually tours all over the world doing lectures on these subjects, that sort of thing. So she's sharing information that I do believe is fairly credible. It was obtained through research that was done, large-scale studies with lots of animals and lots of people involved. Several different universities involved in these situations, that sort of thing. So I do believe that the information was pretty reliable, and it did confirm much of what I already knew, and did in fact give me a few little bits of information that I didn't already know. Not a lot, unfortunately, but that's okay. A little bit's better than none, and it was free, so you sure can't complain about that. And I even got a small meal out of the deal. That was a good deal too. So anyhow, if you ever get a chance to participate in something at minimal cost, many clinics, if you're just auditing, which is just watching, the fees are generally not that high, maybe $20, $30 kind of a thing, which sometimes most you're going to learn is what not to do, depending on who it is, and you never know until you get there. But sometimes they can actually provide you with some pretty interesting information, well worth the $20, $30. So any chance you get to increase your knowledge and learn a little bit more about horses, if the cost is minimal or even free, jump at the chance. It's time well spent. Even if you only learn a little bit that's useful to you, do it. I encourage people. As I said, I haven't stopped. If I find any more things to go to, I keep watching. And if I come across something that I think might be worth taking in, where I might learn a little bit, I'm going to jump on that. And if I learn anything that I don't already know, I'm going to share it with you so that you can benefit as well. It's not just for me. And there were actually a few things that were discussed in that lecture that I think I am actually going to do another video on. I'm going to cover a couple of the topics they talked about because there was some interesting stuff that they brought up. And some of it, I think it's worth talking about. So I'm going to probably do another video on that lecture and cover a few of the topics that they actually discussed because I think they're things worth sharing. So anyhow, if you get a chance to learn a little bit, take it. That's the only way you're going to learn. Have a good day.